around stories and the value and how important stories are, and how we learn, how we grow, how we sell and influence through story. And oftentimes we grow our businesses through marketing, through sharing, through story selling. And it reminds me of a story about how important it is that we take initiative, that we just simply figure it out. So back in the olden days, when there were dustmen and chimney sweeps and that sort of thing, there was a gentleman who had no education. He was pre-literate, so he was unable to get the education necessary to learn how to read or write. He was just helping the family out, and it was time for him to go out and get a job. So he went out to apply for a job as a dustman. And he went to fill out his application and was unable to because he couldn't read or write. So he was dejected, rejected, and essentially told he needed to have an education in order to work. So, kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place where he needed to go out and earn a living, he started a garden and a little fresh market and started selling his wonderful flowers and some fruits and so forth. And it started to grow. And so it became very popular, and it grew and grew and grew. And then he started to have to hire some people, bring them on to help him out, so much so that he was able to open up multiple locations. And he became somewhat of a celebrity in the area, in the region, where he had these markets that had the best fruit and the best flowers and so forth. And as he was growing and he was so big and famous, one of the people who worked for him said, "Sir, you know, it would be great if you wrote a book about your successes and, just share it. This is so wonderful." And he replied, he said, "Well, it looks like, I don't know what to do. I can't write or read, so I can't really write a book. I can't write." And the person who worked with him said, "Oh my gosh, you can't read or write?" And he's like, "Yeah, no." And he goes, "Whoa, look at all the success you created. Imagine what you could have done if you could have read or written." And then he said, "Oh, well, that's easy. I would have become a dustman." So interesting. Don't let some old stories, some old mindsets stop you. You can accomplish anything. It's not whether or not you can read or write necessarily. It's what are you doing with the resources that you have. Now, I'm all for improving those resources. I'm all for taking initiative and educating yourself. And I also know that we're capable of so much more than maybe we had originally thought, based on old paradigms of thinking, based on old mindsets. So do what you can to challenge yourself, to move past what belief systems you may have that prevent you from trying on new opportunities, taking on new adventures. Because the truth is, the only thing stopping you is you. The only thing stopping you and I is the story we tell ourselves. The only thing stopping us very often are non-resourceful belief systems that prevent us from moving ahead. So that being said, I love you for who you are and who you aren't. And I think I have this cool little outro bumper. We will see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, comments, any stories you want to share, please reach out. We'll see you soon. And boom.